Welcome, ladies and gents, to another episode of SKREW News, aka Skeleton Crew News. I am Monster from Sydney, Australia, and thank you so much for joining us today. Today we'll be going through, meeting my good friend Z-Man or ZMonstar. How are you, mate?
Hello, thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure, mate. We'll be grilling Z-Man on why he loves Star Citizen and how much he loves Star Citizen still today. Then we'll be going through the latest patch notes, which is 4.9, which has been kind of watered down a little bit. I think they've removed the Siege of Orison and sort of focused on stability and bug fixes. So we'll go through the patch notes, and then we'll look at the beautiful GATAC Raylen, which has also been released in the last week or so. So again, today I've got my good old friend ZMonstar, who been playing Star Citizen many years with. So Z-Man, welcome to SKREW News. Tell us a little bit about yourself, mate.
Wow, I don't even know the way to describing myself is weird. I don't know. I guess I play video games most of my time. I do graphics.
Yeah.
I do art. I like photography. I like art. I definitely do drone flying, surfing, sports, golf. There's a few things I like that make I kind of make up who I am.
Yep.
But other than that, it's pretty much, just an everyday normal guy, just trying to survive in this world and then try to enjoy a game that we all love.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've known you, you're a talent, you're a hands-on man. You're good with your hands. You're good with design. You have an artistic flair, I would say, and you've done a lot of different things in your life.
Yeah, I would say so. Quite a bit of things that I've done.
Yeah. All right. How do you remember your first memory of Star Citizen, mate? Like, what was the first thing you saw? Like, where was it? Where were you? How did it go?
The first time, I think it was like 2014. I wanted to get into like a space game, so I wasn't sure which game to look at. So at the time, there was three major ones, which was EVE Online, Elite Dangerous, and Star Citizen. Now, two of them, I think, were available in both PC and console, if I can recall. I think Star Citizen for sure was not on a console. So it kind of made the choice pretty easy at the time. So I went ahead and started playing Elite Dangerous for a little bit, and then I think in 2018 I went and got a PC and was like, I need to play Star Citizen. I need to start getting into Star Citizen. And that's where it all began. But it all started with Elite Dangerous, but which both games are really good. But Star Citizen eventually was the one that I wanted to end up in. And in 2018, I bit the bullet and got myself a nice computer and downloaded the first Aurora game package.
Nice. So the Aurora was your first ship then, obviously.
Well, my very first, and then immediately upgraded to the Avenger Titan. That was like the immediate one. And then after that, I remember they did like a free-to-play event where they had the Prospector, and I was like, this is it. Prospector, this is it. This is where I'm making my money. I'm going to be rich. But back then, mining was different than it is right now. So
yeah. So you intentionally went looking for a game, essentially, whereas I accidentally, like, a friend showed me a picture of a freelancer and yada yada yada, but you intentionally, like, were searching for a game to play, which is interesting. Like, the timing was amazing. Right.
Yeah, I wanted it. Like, I was just tired of playing regular games.
Yeah,
like, I would play games like what just play like one person player game, just have a progression, go through the grind, Fable, Call of Duty. What else do we play? We play a lot of soccer, golf games, Call of Duty as well. A bunch of other little games. here and there, but nothing like a big MMO.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool, man. So what keeps you playing Star Citizen?
a little bit of insanity, I think.
Yep.
You got to be crazy to play Star Citizen. I mean,
I
we
agree.
play it thinking that something's gonna change, but nothing ever changes. So we're all a little bit insane when it comes to playing this game.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's different. It's like the only game that I can sit there and have like 10 of my friends in one ship flying around a space that's beautiful looking. It's not like it's an ugly game. It's very beautiful, and I just wish we had a little bit more to do, and we do now than we did before. But wish it was a little bit less buggy. But I think the game is really good. There's no other game that could kind of like do what it does. It always brings you back. It kind of always does. It's sad to say, but it brings you back.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. I agree. What's your favorite ship at the moment? And what's your favorite, like, let's call it theory crafting ship, like your fantasy ship once everything's out and it's 1.0 and yada, yada, yada.
My favorite ship, were we talking flying, like in-game now? Or
In-game now.
Overall?
In-game now, and then give me your overall as well.
In-game now will have to be the Asgard. I feel like it's nice, it's big, it's really open. It allows you to bring in as many boxes as you can. It also allows you to carry like tankers and bigger vehicles. It's a nice overall ship. Has good guns. Six size 3, a rack of missiles on the top, and a 2 size 4 that's operated by a friend. So overall, I think that's the best ship.
Yeah.
Everybody has their choice, but for me, that one's my favorite at the moment. I don't see anything that gets closer to it in overallness, inside and in the size, because it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just about right, and I do like it. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, the Asgard's a favorite. Super useful. So what about your theory crafting ship? Like once all the ships are out, like this could be ships in concept or something that you're waiting for. What are you super excited for? If anything, could be nothing.
To be honest, yeah, my overall favorite ship is between the Orion and the Pioneer, just by the way they are. I'm kind of looking forward for the Orion. Not sure what that's gonna, look like, especially with the mining. Is it just gonna be a bigger mining rock that we mine, or is it, gonna be something like what's that ship? The Reclaimer, where before it was supposed to crunch and break the material. Now it just does like this gooey stuff, and then it just magically everything gets into particles and gets sucked in.
Yeah.
I hope it's not something like that, but I have a feeling it might be. But and then the Pioneer, I like the Pioneer mainly
base building.
I do construction. Yeah, I do construction as well. So I kind of like that environment. I feel it might be nice. It all depends on what, because if everybody can build, then what's the purpose of the Pioneer at the end of the day, right? If everybody's just popping buildings here and there, like no problem. I guess the only difference will be the Pioneer could do station. So at that end, that would be the end game for that one, just to create a station.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure like you'll need something to build your base with, whether it's an Orion. Sorry, is it an Orion? No. What was it? The shipbuilding? I forgot
the Pioneer.
Pioneer. Sorry, you just mentioned it. I'm sure you'll have to own a Pioneer or some other vehicle, right? To build a base. You can't just pull out a multi-tool and plonk.
Well, they're
houses
talking
down
about the different stages, and the first stage is going to be like a small vehicle that only does like small buildings. Remember they brought out that vehicle that has the drone behind it, and then they have like the smaller ships that could also be able to do like a certain size as well. Like you got I'm not sure if the Clipper was one of them.
Yeah.
but I know that the Galaxy has the ability to craft. I believe there's some other vehicles that do have as well the ability. I'm not sure if it's the one of the MISC ships. I'm not sure if it's the Odyssey or which one. But some of them will also have the ability to build, and I'm pretty sure in CIG fashion they'll include another ship for sale, some magical new ship that just came out that they crafted.
Yeah, I'm sure.
When
Well,
when they introduce it, they're gonna have like, oh, you can also buy this one.
absolutely, yeah. When base building comes out, you mean they'll have some base building ships?
Base
Yeah,
building, for sure.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, come on, buddy, give us a break.
That's really in line with your background as well. Like we were saying, you didn't really expand on it too much, but you're in construction, you do a lot of design work and stuff, and that the Pioneer is really who you are in designing and building stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like it. I enjoy it. There's, the game does have a lot of cool stuff. I like dipping into everything. I like salvaging. It's not the great, but it's fun. It gets enjoyable once in a while. Mining is also enjoyable. PvP for me is, I'm not that great out of it, so it does get me kind of a little bit in the hot seat. But I do enjoy it. It's a great part of the game, being able to meet other people, some friendly, some not.
Yeah.
The excitement you get from all that. So, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I feel like there's so much to do. So just to kind of like narrow it down to like one specific thing, but there is always a favorite. But,
that does
right,
pivot.
yeah,
That pivots into my next question, which is, what's your favorite role? Now, considering you said Pioneer and Orion are your two big ships that you're waiting for, I'm guessing you'll be a base builder and a mining guy predominantly.
I mean, you would think so, but no. I think I will be. I'm more of a ground combat guy and looting.
Okay.
But I do enjoy mining. I do enjoy mining a lot. I feel, like I said, I feel like the whole game itself, I like to get involved in the whole game. I just don't want to be like the FPS guy or the PvP guy. It's like I would like to be, like, hey, I can help doing cargo. I could help doing mining. I'm familiar with the salvage. So it's always good. In my mind, I always like to learn more about the whole game. The game is everything about the game is enjoyable. So it's just some people don't see it that way. Some people are just like, I want to do fighting. I love fighting, and I feel like the whole game is just really enjoyable. Everything about it is, you can spend a couple hours doing different things in it and get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
But like everything takes time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
A lot of time.
A lot of time. All right, next question is, how do you feel honestly about the state of the game today? Now, you've been around, you're one of the old dogs that have been around, you're an old veteran, you've seen it all in regards to Star Citizen. How are you feeling about the state of the game now with everything that's happened this year, where we're at? They've added all this great content, all this stuff that me and you played together, ASDs and doing the worm and doing the big laser. We've done a lot of stuff, me and you literally together. So they've added a lot of content. There's been a lot of bugs. Me and you have lost our patience a lot of times. But holistically, how are you feeling about the state of the game and the direction that it's going? Like, are you, I suppose, fully confident and happy? Have you lost confidence? Are you not happy with the direction? Yeah.
Well, it all depends on the day you ask me. You would have asked me a couple weeks ago, I probably would have told you, forget this game.
That's true.
It gets to you, man. It gets to you. It's like, I think I've told you this before. It feels like an ex-girlfriend that's very toxic, very, very toxic, but she's good. You're like, I want to hang out with her. I do like, she's gorgeous. She's good looking. She's toxic as hell. Always disappoints you, but you still go back to her. And it's like that. For the moment right now, Star Citizen seems like that. It's like, I hate you so much.
But it's so good.
You're so good. You're so good. Yeah. and then you just go back. You keep going back. It has its problems, obviously. I mean, when it
Yeah.
works, it's beautiful, and it's a rare occasion that you get. It's like seeing a unicorn. It's like, oh my god, Star Citizen is working, fantastic. But other than that, majority of the time, it is kind of like a buggy issue. Um, I have a my hope is, and me and you go over this all the time. My hope is they get their shit together by 1.0. A lot of people think that's not going to happen. I'm hoping that with the release of Squadron 42 and once that's released, they'll be able to focus more on the game, and by maybe giving it a year or so after Squadron 42, then they'll start maybe releasing 1.0
Yeah.
to be, that's a little bit more stable. Now, I agree. If we get to 1.0 and it's still a hot mess, then, when I'm talking about hot mess, I'm talking about simple stuff like reloading, being able to heal, the stupid elevators,
navigating,
simple fundamental stuff,
yeah.
navigation, simple fundamental stuff that are still not working at that time. Then okay, what the hell have you been doing, CIG?
Yeah.
So it's that's one of my hopes. I hope everything comes together and everything works fine. But there is, like I said, for me, the game has its up and downs. I can't sit here and tell you that I'm always happy-go-lucky with this game, because it's not true.
Yeah.
It does get me worked up sometimes, and it's like the simplest stuff. I think the couple weeks ago I got all worked up because I went to go pick up a gun, and I dropped my crafted gun, and then it just disappeared into the ether that is the verse, and it's just like, what the hell? I'm just picking up a gun. You got to be kidding me, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a freaking gun, and then out of nowhere, you see I'm getting all worked up now. You getting me? Why are you getting me all worked up?
Don't get worked up. But yeah, you lost.
I was there. The memories again.
Yeah, you lost you lost the gun that you put a lot of hours to, and all you did was like put it on the ground, or you accidentally dropped it, and it just disappeared. And yeah,
it just disappeared.
Horrible.
Yeah, horrible. Because instead of fixing the bugs, they do these workarounds that end up just screwing things over. You know what I mean? It's like, why? Why don't you just fix it?
Clipping through things, like the people in contested zones that, they go through doors, and all that fundamental stuff needs to be fixed. Or I just think this game is doomed otherwise.
I agree. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be correct. Like for example, like the duping, they're like, okay, we can't figure out how to dupe it, so then we're just gonna brick everything, have everything bricked. And okay, but then what happens if somebody blows your ship up in space and then decides to salvage it?
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do then? Now that guy's stuff that he spent all this time salvaging is gonna get bricked because you can't figure out how to not dupe things, or not being able to create dupe. The duping and components, like, I don't get it, because I get it. Some people would just sit in their hangar, take the stuff out, and bring it down, claim it, back and forth, and just get the stuff over and over again. I get it,
Yeah.
But like, if you have crafted something and you put it in there, now your ship blows up, and now you claim it, and now that somebody, whoever fought you, could have gotten that component, and now they're like, nah, it's bricked. It's like, same thing with the armor, right?
Yeah, it kind of leads me into this next question that I was going to ask you about MMO stuff, but I'd rather ask it like this. Like, I don't know, do you feel the same or not? I feel like they're adding more MMO content, which is very generic MMO content, right? Like, go grind somewhere and you get a piece of armor. What I'm fearing is this sandbox versus theme park balance of the game, and as we progress, it seems like we're going away from that free sandbox game where anything was possible, and therefore every second is exciting, to more of a theme park, which is go here in an instance, do A, and then the universe becomes just a transit location between these theme park locations, right? Like, go do ASD, travel through space, go do Siege of Orison with 4 people potentially, who knows when it comes out, then, you know, get on your ship and go somewhere else and do another theme park activity. All of the things that you mentioned, like, you can't take loot off people's bodies, you can't take components out of ships, even little things like, you know, the armor deflection that they've added. It's I was looking at the stats, and if you're in a like wolf with size 4 guns, there's, you know, the top 20 or 30 ships or whatever that you have no chance in doing any damage to, which could be fair enough, but I'm saying all of these added together are situations where things just can't happen. You can't pick up that armor, you can't pick up that ship component, you can't damage that ship, you know. And that wasn't what Star Citizen was. Star Citizen was like, you log in and anything's possible, you know, including you getting shot in the head in the next 5 seconds, which also makes it exciting. What's your opinion on sandbox versus theme park? I know some of it's performance related, you know what I mean? They've got to do some of this stuff because the complete dream that they had is not technically possible potentially. So now we got to talk about instancing and all that sort of stuff, which is like a theme park, you know, roller coaster. There's a roller coaster here, there's a roller coaster there, and in the middle it's connected by empty space, as opposed to the sandbox, which was, you know, for example, what was some great sandbox situations? Jumptown being one of them. Hathor is definitely still a sandbox situation. They still have that, don't get me wrong. And then the other place, what was the other place in Microtech that we fought for months? Like
Ghost Town.
Ghost Town?
Yep.
Ghost Mellow? Ghost Hollow. Big battle for a whole month. We called it like the Microtech Wars, right? It was just PvP was going off there, and, you know, beautiful moments. So anyway, what's your feel, man? Do you feel like they're moving in one direction, it's balanced, or do you have any thoughts, or do you prefer one to the other, or?
Yeah,
You know,
I see that they're adding more and more events, like the, you know, I like
theme
the
park.
contested zones.
Yep.
There's some that are not, like, you know,
Yep.
ASD were great. I thought the ASD facility was great. The QVC, the icebreaker one, you know, they do have the ability for you to do it with the whole, you know, with your own group, or you could do it with, you know,
Public.
complete strangers, and maybe they shoot you, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously it's cheaper to do it. So it seems like they're trying to balance it, where they're trying to, but they can't, I don't feel they can't make everybody happy. You know, at the end of the day, there's going to be people that are always going to complain, and they're always going to have something to say. They're not going to be happy. If they've, to me, it's starting to get a little bit more of a grindy with an MMO style, where you have a little bit of dungeons with the ASD facilities. You know, Wicklow, they included Wicklow, which a lot of the stuff that people have been grinding for Wicklow have to do with going to do the Uramandi, going to do the Hyperion missions, and getting the different canisters that they give you at the end. What else is that? The worm teeth. Everything seems to go towards Wicklow. If you look around, like the Hawthorne, you need, you know, you open up the laser so you can get the rare minerals, the Carnite,
yes,
and all the other ones that they have in there. And then all that just goes to getting rewards to Wicklow in a way. It's not really. It's like you don't need a worm teeth for anything other than going to see Wicklow and getting prices. So it feels like all these events they added were just for Wicklow and just Wicklow alone. Because in reality, like I said, you don't need Prayer Night majority of the time. Now that they added crafting, it's changed a little bit in my mind, because now minerals that we used to pass while mining, you know, like iron or, aluminum. We'll be like, we don't need aluminum. What we need is, Vexilite, a Grecium, or a Taranite, Quantanium. These are the ones we were looking for because mainly at the time it was just for money. We just did everything for money. I like that they're starting to go that everything is not money anymore. You have materials that you could trade other players with. So it's starting to be like a trade kind of system, which I'm starting to like.
Yeah.
And it all goes towards that, having to grind and having to do all this just to get the good qualities and the good minerals and all the good components that we can find out there. Same thing with the contested zones. I feel like the contested zones are great too. You get the cards, go to the executive hangar, get yourself a nice reward with a lot of components. And they've done a lot of good stuff in my mind. TSG, the new tactical strike, which kind of like has you grinding up to get to that reward level. But then when you get to that reward level, you got to have like a big ships group to take these guys. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's like a end game raid almost, TSG.
It is. Like I said, I feel like there's yes, it has become more of a little bit similar MMO. Some stuff are still open in my mind, but the fact that I feel like a lot of people have just said, I don't know if I want to do this, because what am I gonna do? I'm gonna kill the guy. I can't take any of his components, and if I do, he'll brick them. I can't loot him for his good loot because we can't take anything away from anybody.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, when it comes to like that sandbox that we used to have, I feel like a lot of people may have have a little bit of hesitation, but there's still people out there robbing people for their not for their components, but their materials that they got. Like if they're mining, they'll go grab the material from them. There's still a little bit of piracy going on. I just feel like like you said, the openness of and the scariness of losing your stuff is not there anymore. It's like they put a safety net for all the people that are complaining that they didn't want to lose their armor and they didn't want this, and like I said, it's like if you have enough voices screaming, you have a couple that are like, no, I want this to stay this way, the majority is always gonna win. The majority of people that are PvE don't want to lose their item, don't want to have all that stuff. They don't want to feel that excitement. A lot of times they'll give up. They'll be like, they get upset because somebody's gonna attack them.
Yeah,
it's like just part of the game. It is upsetting to lose your stuff. Yeah, but that's also your little heartbeat, your little excitement that you're getting while you're trying to get. That's what you're trying to go after when you're playing these games, and it seems like they're trying to take that away slowly.
Yeah,
I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. I feel like the game should be able to be free to do what you want. You get upset, somebody attacks you. It is what it is. Everybody's gonna get attacked, or one time you're gonna be the attacker and you're gonna be the aggressor, and then it's okay, but it's not okay when people do it to you. It's like, people are like, sometimes they're not realistic. They're like, they don't think, well, I've done it to them. Why can I? But there's some people that are, well, I'll never do it to anybody. You never know. Know. You could be in the middle. You could be with a group of friends, and they just attack somebody, and then you happen to be like, "Oh, let me go loot." Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You didn't do anything, but
you're happy to loot. Yeah.
You're happy to loot.
Yeah. So you think you think
they gotta have a balance?
Yeah, you think they have a balanced approach. That's good. That's a good bit of feedback to CIG. As long as, like you say, they do like Siege of Orison, then they do Rockbreaker, which are like private instances, let's say, and then they do something that's kind of like Hathor or Jumpdown, or put some. See, that's the thing with sandboxes. It's not like you build it and release an event, because that's not what the sandbox is. The sandbox is putting bits and pieces, elements, crucial elements in a specific location that draws players together and works into the economy, like whether it's players getting valuables or drugs or whatever it is, but they've just organically been placed strategically by the game developers onto these locations that then draws in players. And I do hope that the more valuable stuff, I don't want to say the more valuable stuff should just be behind the PvP gate. I don't mean that like contested zones, but kind of like Hathor is a beautiful balance. You can be not part of an org, right? You can be a solo player, and because there's a few different Hathor locations and a few different servers, and there's events going on, you can sneak into a Hathor location quite easily as a single player. And I've seen many single players go down and loot, for example, right? So it's not like, you need, a large, huge Zerg of an org to come and help you. You can still, do the solo and go into Jump Down and go into Hathor. Like they're really well balanced sort of sandbox activities. Ghost Hollow, you can go there by yourself. You don't need a large org. You're sure you might go there one day and see a large org and you say, no, I'll go somewhere else and do something else. And that's fair enough. But I just hope that
also CIG does. I mean, to be honest, I really enjoyed, which I don't understand why they messed it up, but I really enjoyed the old Jump Town. The old Jump Town did not have a quantum jump point. You had to kind of know that, okay, it's between these three mountains over here. I go to OM whatever if it was OM5 or OM3, and then you have to look down, find the three mountain formations, and then you'd be like, okay, and now I gotta fly this direction and get there, and try to make my way down and be able to find it.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't have to be that hard. I feel like every game has coordinates. Or markers. I don't understand why CIG doesn't have a marker system where people can drop markers and have a spot for them to constantly, especially if it's a spot they found. Like if I found organically a nice spot and I'm like, oh man, I'd love to take my friends back here. I will have to fly up, take pictures of me flying up backwards towards the planet so I can see what formation is around there, is that I can remember to come back, which I feel like, as an old explorer, that's how they did it. But now with technology, we should be able to drop a marker.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's long overdue.
Coordinates.
Completely.
Yeah, it's long overdue.
Yeah.
They have some kind of remnant of that now, where you have the coordinates in the bottom, but it's like, I mean, come on, who's gonna remember all? I mean, even if you take a screenshot, trying to get back to the exact same position, it'll take you a while.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to wrap up this question with, I have some concerns that, a lot of the talent in CIG has moved on, and we have like a new guard of younger developers and stuff, and people I think believe that haven't got that much experience in I don't want to say game design, I'll get eaten up, in gameplay design, I suppose. And what I'm concerned about is things getting worse, like Xenothreat. Let's talk about Xenothreat. Like, I was greatly disappointed by Xenothreat. Xenothreat used to be an amazing sandboxy type event where, it brings all these players, combat players, logistic players, and all of them together with a common cause, and they're all helping each other out. We were bumping into randoms and teaming up with them, and the chat was just awash with people, communicating in chat on, who needs a cargo ship, who needs some fighting ship. And it was such an amazing event. Fast forward a few years and here we are, and they literally just copy and pasted the same slop that we have for basic bounties into Xenothreat, and that was a major step backwards. And is Siege of Orison going to be 4 players running around doing some FPS? Is that going to be a step backwards to what we used to do? So I'm just hoping, like you say, I have hope that these are just some bumps and stuff, and they'll learn and adjust their design. But I have alarm bells ringing inside me, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, moving on to the elephant in the room. Squadron 42, man. I know you're not a massive single player game, but you do play single player games. And I know you'd love to play this game because it's going to be in the MMO that we love. My first thing, for the record, if we're a betting man or not, do you think it's coming out this year, Z-Man, or is it delayed? What's your gut feel?
Man, I'm hoping they do release it this year.
I know
mean,
that.
I feel like
we're all hoping
like
it comes
October,
out. I didn't ask that. I said, is it coming out?
like October
or not? Yes or no
it
question?
probably won't. I don't think it'll come out. I don't think it will. I feel like CIG has disappointed us many times again, and it's not going to change. The event that they're having on October, I think it's just for the streamers to be able to look over it and see how it is and play it and maybe give a little bit of feedback. But I feel like they're doing it, me and you talked about this, but I feel like that's the wrong way of doing it. To be able to, I feel like they should do it like every MMO that's trying to release and trying to test the waters of what their game is how the people feel about their game, is they just do a demo. They allow like a 20-minute demo, 10-minute demo, give you a little preview of the game, the mechanics, and kind of get a feel for it.
Yeah.
And they just let everybody play it. To let a chosen few play it, to allow them just to, hey, okay, we're gonna play it, and then we're gonna give you our opinion on what this game. It's like, well, no, we can make up our own opinion and we could give our own critique on what we feel, and getting more critiques than just a handful is gonna be better for them in my mind than just saying, oh, well, we got like I say, like 1,000 YouTubers or 1,000 people that have been in for a while, and then we invited them, and they're the ones that are gonna get chosen to play, and then they're gonna tell you how the game is. And it's like, okay, but I feel like you should let everybody play it. We've all been backing this game for, some since the beginning. I started in 2018. So we've all backed this game. We've all given, blood and sweat and opinions and option. We've all made this game great.
Money.
It's just, if we give them money, but not only that, but like for example, we talked, going back to the other stuff. It's like Jumptown. When we first started Jumptown, everybody just went to Jumptown, right? They wanted to get Willow because Willow was something you made a lot of money, because back then that was the thing. And then it was something organic. It wasn't like everybody was going. And then CIG goes and makes it into like an event. It's like, now it's like Jumptown, and we're gonna sell ships. And it's like, okay, so you just basically took away what the community did and said, okay, we're gonna just make it our own.
Make it a marketing event. They've done that with Xenothreat. It's a sloppy 5 missions that you do. If you go on the website and you scroll down now, every event, if you scroll down, it's just to sell ships. It's just
and to be honest,
every single one.
Value of the money with all these new stuff that they've added, like the teeth, the Uramandi, the cards. For the blade cards, the executive cards, all these different things that they're added for Wicklow has kind of like, in my mind, for me, is like money's not as important in my mind. Like for me, getting my reputation up, getting the blueprints, starting the mine, and get back into a way of selling things again. Because that's another thing I feel like they kind of lost. The fact that now that everybody could keep their armor, nobody loses their stuff.
There's no economy. It's gone.
There's no economy. I used to have the store, and I used to sell stuff at the store. Spent hours, a lot of times, just looking for things for people, so that they want it. So then when they come back to the store, I'll be like, hey, look, I do have what you were looking for, and it was just nice. Now I can't even do that, because it's like, what am I gonna sell? I gotta go to contested zones. I gotta go to the worm and grab teeth. I gotta go to all these different places by myself majority of the time, like doing the Hyperion, just to get the canisters or the ST scripts, to get So that's what's being traded now. To even have a
Yeah.
store. So it's like
Uh,
why even have a store anymore?
What I'm surprised about is I haven't seen that much. I thought the player trading right now would be in the mining field, right? For like precious, high quality resources. But I haven't in chat. I haven't really noticed any like a lot of chit chat of, hey guys, does anyone have like 900 quality like Karenite or Stellaron or whatever? I don't see that happening. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm on at the wrong times. But yeah, all that has, in my mind, destroyed a lot of the economy that we used to have. And
Yeah, with player.
you people don't know this, watching anyone that watches this podcast, but I mean ZMonster had a Z-Man is, by the way, my nickname for ZMonster. We have very similar names. I'm Monster, he's ZMonster, so we get sort of mixed up. But ZMonster actually had a shop. You set up a shop in a C2 with boxes and decorations and beautiful, flares, and each box was filled to the rim with different arms, legs, helmets, and there was a week or two when we got into it and we were role playing and there was people coming to your hangar to buy stuff, and it was like I was thinking, wow, this is the beginning of a real player economy. And then the simple fact of nerfing the ability to loot people's uniforms and stuff and armor just completely killed that in one brutal stroke. And people will argue, well, I don't want to lose my stuff because some guy just comes and like janks through my ship and pops me in the back of the head, which again is understandable as well. But all in all, it nerfs everything. All of this just nerfs the experience, and that's something I hope we can turn the corner on. Cool. So
I mean, we used to have so much fun. Like I would see online, like on the chat, people would be like, "Oh man, this stupid elevator, I got killed. I lost all my stuff." And then I'll be like, "Did you lose all your stuff by an elevator? Come visit, Z Trader for all your armor, guns, and more." And people would just be laughing on chat. And then now that interaction is kind of lost. It's not like I could sell. I'd be like, hey, anybody looking for minerals?
Yeah.
But the armor, the weaponry, maybe weaponry is not. People will still probably want certain weapons, but it's not as it was before. They're gonna want like the rare stuff. They're gonna want like a rocket launcher, a railgun, a boomstick, a PAR. Some of the rarer guns that majority of the people can't get.
I think we'll have to give it a good crack, maybe, of either trying to sell high quality minerals or try to sell high quality ship components and guns that you would have crafted with those minerals. I haven't gotten to that point. I haven't gotten to that point. Yeah, you know what I mean? To have 10 FR-76s that are master sort of legendary. I haven't reached that level to sell them. I might build one and I'll use it myself, right? I haven't built 10 to sell. So maybe you've got to give it a chance. Maybe the real end game is actually having those level of stocks and then getting out there and trying to sell it to other players. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do that now at the moment. Like I grinded the Kovalax to get to master just so I could get the XL1 and the PS2 jump drives. It's like, but Jesus, I had to get all the way to master, like the last level. And it's crazy because the master level, you're not able to share any other levels. Senior, experience, any of them. But then when you get to master, somehow you're able to share those.
That does make no sense. Okay.
Right. So we grinded all the way to the top. We share the last mission with a buddy of ours. He basically got all the rewards that we got at the end, which are like, the XL1, the TS2, and some other high-end components. I think there was like some deadbolts. And so he got all of that. He didn't do nothing. He's still like in junior. And I was like, okay, so you're putting people out of lock so that they don't share missions because they're not in the same level But yeah, if I get to master, you're like, okay, you can just give it to everybody now. It's
Yeah.
like, what? I just grinded the shit out of this.
That
You know,
needs
so
to be
it's like,
fixed.
at least I don't mind it, but you got to do it to the, because I was trying to help this guy do his progression, and then he was in junior, I'm in senior. I'm like, dude, I can't even if I share him, you're not gonna see him. And it's like, you do that the whole time, but yet when it gets to master, it's either do it for all of them or don't let any of them share. You know,
Yeah.
that should be, you know, either one. You don't mix and match. You know, I don't like that when they do
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Back to
I don't
Squadron
like when they
42.
do.
Sorry,
Oh,
go on.
Squadron 42. That's
No,
right.
no,
We were
go
gonna.
on.
Well, I was gonna say I don't like when they do when they change things. You know, like they just change it and it doesn't work the way they want it to work.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, dude, that's not right. But they never change it back though either.
No, it just sort of drags on for years. Yeah.
Yeah. Like move on.
So with the Squadron 42 and that whole thing where I think they're taking a bunch of YouTubers, as you've mentioned already, and they're going to show it to them. So I was thinking about that philosophically. I was thinking, does that move, I'm trying to think at a high level, is that a confidence move or a lack of confidence move, right? I'm trying to just put it into one of those buckets. So I was thinking about myself, right? Like if I was Chris Roberts and I had Squadron 42 on my computer and it was done, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm thinking inviting all of these YouTubers is almost like a lack of confidence step, in that they're inviting, no disrespect to anyone, so they're inviting the shills, right? They're inviting the shills. They're inviting the shills at their own cost. The poor shills have to pay for the airline tickets and stuff, and take time away from their kids and stuff. And I think it's a 3-day event. I mean, that's longer than CitizenCon was, right? I don't know what the hell they're going to do for 3 days, but to me, that almost, if the game was finished and it was on my hard drive and I'm the developer and it's freaking awesome and it's fucking ready to rock and roll, I would be screaming to the world, right, to show it off. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have some VIPs come and look at it and then go from there type thing. So I'm thinking that this move of getting these creators in is kind of they're not confident with their product and it could get delayed as well. So they're using these guys to keep the dream alive, I suppose. That's what I feel that this move does. What's your take on it? You did sort of briefly talk about it, but do you think it's a confident move or a lack of confident move, bringing these creators to Squadron 42?
I mean, you're probably right. You're probably, they don't want to, because if I was proud of something, I'm like, let's show it. You know what I mean? When you have a good thing, you're showing it off. You know, you're trying to be like, hey, check this out. You know, and I feel like you're right. They're not really letting everybody, because if I was CIG and I really wanted opinion, like real opinion, I will let everybody play it. I mean, it's not hard for them to do. I mean, it's not hard for them to put a little demo version, let people play it, and then give their feedback. But they probably just don't want everybody just ranking on it, you know, big time. And then, but then it's still gonna get, you know, the word's still gonna get around. You know, eventually these streamers are gonna make videos of it. People are gonna watch it. They're gonna come up with their own opinion, you know. But it's probably gonna be biased to whatever streamer. You know, the streamer's probably gonna be like, oh, it was a lot of enjoy. You know, it's a lot of good things. They probably will talk a lot of what happened.
Yeah.
They walked us around. They took us here. It was a great day. You know, we had a great time. But it's like, what about the game? You know, I was like, oh, the game was, you know, the demo was good.
Yeah.
Demo was fine. But, you know, you should have seen where they took us, though. They took us, oh, man, we saw the beautiful, margarita machine that they got. It was great. Everybody got a couple drinks from that. We definitely sat inside the studio where, you know, Disco Lando gets to do his show every day. You know, like, I don't know how it's going to be, but you're right. 3 days for a demo. Like I feel like they're gonna fluff them up.
I think they're going to
Give
get
'em-
indoctrinated into some cult
Yeah.
for 3 days and
Yeah.
come out with their eyes rolled to the back of their heads and selling. So you're right though. I wonder what they'll be allowed to actually say after this event. Like there'll be NDAs signed. They won't be allowed to film. There'll no way, in my opinion, they'll be allowed to film. So it's interesting what's gonna roll out after that event. Like, are these creators, will they be allowed to film, or is it just going to be a bunch?
True honesty, in my opinion, if you want true honesty, release the demo to everybody. Just release it to everybody. You're gonna get honesty from people that you're gonna see videos from people you've never seen before. They'll be like, look, I played it, here's my thoughts on it. Everybody's gonna have a critique. Few of them, some people that you and I know both, don't know them personally, but we've seen some of their videos. They're gonna rip it. But if they don't rip it on it, then you're like, okay, wait a minute, this guy's not even ripping on it. There must be good. Something good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to them, just send out the people that are like you said, the white knights, the ones that always like, oh, but look how good this game. Every video that they do is like, look how good this ship is, the new best ship, the new this, the new look at the new cargo ship is insane. It does blah blah blah. It's beautiful. Every video you see them do, every ship is beautiful. Every new ship is amazing. There's nothing wrong with any other new ship. Everything is amazing. And it's like.
That's a shill.
How can I believe what you're gonna say? How honestly gonna take your critique serious if every video you have, it's nothing but, like, to be honest, like I grew up, I started watching, when I first started, I started watching like Board Gamer, Noobifier, and I think it was Youngblood. Youngblood did reviews.
Noobifier's not around anymore, is he?
He does a lot of like simulation. Now he does like the race simulators,
right?
So he'll show you how to set up simulators.
Yeah.
And so he's gone a little bit off of but I used to love Noobifier's, like, like Fridays. He used to do like a Friday bullshit nonsense kind of like a video, which is like a 5-second clip of whatever the hour-long conversation they had with Star Citizen Live was. He just did the clip notes. This is what happened. This is what's going on. Bop, boom, you're done. And I used to enjoy that because it was just, I didn't have to sit through an hour long of Star Citizen just mumbling on about nonsense that they still haven't fixed, but yet they're bringing on, like, I don't understand why you're bringing in the music guy. What's the music guy have to do? Like, the audio still sucks. I hear audio everywhere, bugs. So it's like, well, what's he done? Nobody's ever asked him, like, what have you done? So I feel like they're just, like I said, they're just kind of pandering to these people. They're gonna give them the option to do this. They'll probably give them something for their troubles, and then have the video.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that's the right way. I feel like they should, like, just release it. Let everybody play it. Let everybody tell the truth. And if you're proud of the game, which you should be, there should be no reason. But I feel like you're right. It could be like maybe a hot mess. They're trying to just show it to a few and see what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us the truth. What do you think? You think
You think we'll survive this? Yeah.
You think we'll survive this
on Steam?
Is it an Elden Scroll goodness? Is that what it's like? Is it like Elden Scroll Expedition 43? Is it like that?
Yeah.
Tell us. It's like, no, it's not. It's not nothing like that. And all I did was sit in a turret, shoot the whole fucking hour I was here.
Awesome.
What are they gonna show?
Yeah. It'll just be like the first chapter or something, and they'll get hands on maybe, and that's about it, I would assume. Yeah. Don't know. But 3 days is a long time. But anyway, moving on.
It's 3 days.
3 days is a long time. Let's move on to the next segment. Insert little jingle here. Ding. Welcome back, guys. We're in the news segment now, and we're just going to briefly talk about the new patch 4.9 that's coming out, which has been dumbed down. I do have the patch notes on my screen. Sorry, ZMonster, you can't see, but I'll just take you through it. So the big ticket item is that Siege of Orison has been taken out of 4.9, and So this patch is not super exciting. I'm just going through the patch notes now. There's a lot of bug fixes and stuff. I like the fact that they're focusing on bugs. I think Spectrum's been melting from just, Xeno threat being a slop, everything not working, people just, losing their temper with the game at the moment. If you look on Spectrum and Reddit, and I think they've kind of said, all right, let's just focus on bugs for this patch to make it a little bit better. So, and I assume you're happy with that, Z-Man, or are you like push everything out and fix it later type crowd, or are you okay with them?
I'd rather they spend some time fixing it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, cool.
I like
me too.
Just fix it. Just fix, like, for me, simple things, man. Just reloading. Sometimes reloading, you reload and you reload, it's an empty magazine. Reload again, another empty magazine. Reload again. It's like you don't got time to be reloading empty magazine when a freaking Uramandi is about to shoot you with fire electricity. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me, dude? 5 reloads in a row with 0 ammo.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, if you hit, left, alt, and 1, you can rearm from your. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to spend like an hour. Hold on a second, Uramandi. Give me 1 second. Let me just finish reloading here. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff that they do, it's like, are you serious? Are you serious, bro? And also healing. Sometimes you heal, the med pen comes up, and then you're pushing it, and it's just like, nothing's happening. It's just flickering. And then you're looking at the Uramandi in his eyes, and you're like, hold on a second, buddy. Don't just shoot me. It's like, come on.
There's a lot of jank at the moment.
A lot of little simple things that could.
A lot of jank. Mate, the desync's out of control.
Oh, yeah, we saw that in Xeno threat right now. It's just everybody's bouncing.
Do you know how alarming that is, mate? The Xeno threat of today is not even 1%, in my eyes, the complication of the Xeno threat of yesteryear. So we're just doing normal bounty missions with ships, with just me and you. No other players, no big Idrises, just a hammerhead and some ships. And the desync is completely out of control. At least with the old Xeno threat, where it was a much better design, it was sandboxy, people were interacting, people were having fun. There was a large number of ships and a large number of players, and yes, it was desyncy, but there was a large number of things going on. But this is a normal bounty mission, and it's completely desynced again. It's like we're going back 10 years again. Like what happened to server meshing, object container streaming, iCaching, schmy-caching, whatever the Jesus tech of the day is. And here I am playing a normal bounty mission with just me and my one friend. There's no large ships, there's no Idrises, there's nothing except 5 Wardens and 2 Gladiuses. And the jank is worse than it's ever been. It's just really disappointing, man. I just don't know when this magical corner is that we turn where things start trending up. I just don't know when that is, if ever. And that's my biggest concern. But anyway, back to 4.9. I think so. There's a new gun that they're bringing in, which is a bullpup gun, which I'm not familiar with because I'm not a gun guy. I think it's like an old-fashioned type gun. Do you know what bullpup means? Bullpup? No. That's a new. Bearing.
That's the new thing.
Well, I think it's old. Bullpup is like it's a bullpup rifle. So I'll read you some notes from Zach. So after a year, this is Zach. I don't know who Zach is, but someone said, after a year of very interesting sci-fi weapons, we heard a lot of feedback wanting a nice standard lower RPM rifle to be added into the mix. So what better missing standard than a bullpup? I've got to go Google what a bullpup is, or anyone that's watching at home, you can put it in the comments. I think it's an old school. I think there's a big voice of having those cowboy weapons, with the flip lever rifle or whatever it's called, like having some more old school type guns in, and I think that's what they're doing. So anyway, there's a new weapon, and really I think they're reverting the quantum fuel changes back to what they are today. So they reduced the quantum range of a lot of ships, specifically the light fighters, and I'm okay with that. But for whatever reason, they're normalizing the QT ranges until it says here we're going to bring it back with a future patch when the rest of the hydrogen fuel changes are ready. So they weren't confident with reducing the quantum travel distances of ships, obviously, which is fine. It's good. I like seeing that rather than them just pushing things through and leaving it. Like they pushed something through, it didn't work, and they pulled it back. That's a good move.
Yeah. I wish they did that with some of the stuff right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like there's certain stuff that they added, and you're like, I could do without. You could take it out. I forgot what it was. There was one thing that I was thinking about that the other day. I was crashing out, and I was like, you don't need this. You don't even need this. Why do we have this?
But to be honest, there's not much else in this patch. I think it's more of a stability patch, so I think we might just move on. Looking forward to it.
They moved the Siege of Orison, obviously, because of the instance. I think they also moved the heavy suit.
Oh yeah, the heavy suit. Well. Oh, that's not in 4.9. No, you're right.
They moved that out.
They moved that out. Yep.
Yeah, they pushed it back, and I think with that one, and I could be wrong, but I think that has to do more with sale, right? With marketing. I feel like they're gonna market like a game package with that, and they want to push it back where they could get 4.9 in the Siege of Orison working. So that, because I feel like that, because if you're gonna bring out just a heavy and then Siege of Orison later, what are you gonna do? One sale for the heavy, then one sale for the combine everything.
Very good point. All right, they're gonna bundle the heavy for the Siege of Orison. It makes sense too, to be honest. I would do the same if I was them. If you're gonna just
I heard they're also gonna bring out a new ship as well. I heard they're gonna bring out, I forgot what it's called, the something Buster, forgot what it's called, but it's like it's one of the new gray ships.
Yes, yep. There's a new gray ship. Yep, that's in the works. Yep.
So that's another reason probably they pushed it back. They probably weren't ready with the marketing. And they pushed it back just so they could get everything together and then sell everything as a nice, beautiful package. They'll sell this new ship. They'll have the armor for sale, and it'll keep that trend
with Siege of Orison. Yeah, with Siege of Orison to use your items in, even though you can't use ships in it. But yeah, I completely get what you're saying.
Exactly.
There is Rico, but Battaglia, who's a mission giver, so she's going to be activated again in Levski. She was a female mission giver back in the day, and now she's back, and she's got a whole reputation line and stuff. So I'll be happy to do that as well, because I think she's an industry lady in Levski, obviously, and she'll give mining missions and stuff. So that will be cool.
Most of the missions she did was delivering a box. Like you grab a box.
Yeah.
From a person. It was just one box from a person, and then you deliver it to another location. Like I missed those missions. Whatever happened to those missions? Whatever happened to the guys over the counter? Remember they spent all this time on the animation for the
bartender,
the bartender guy, the coffee guy, the behind the counter guy, and then nothing ever happened. It's like we lost
money down the drain. Money down the drain.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
For sure. Exactly. It's just like when they started doing the clothing, we're doing rags. We're doing the texture on the clothing and how the clothing falls. Like nobody cares. Like,
yeah.
Come on, buddy. I'd rather you fix a gun than me worrying about if the guy did the guy make his bed? Oh, he didn't make his bed. He must have been in a hurry.
Yeah. Another thing they're bringing out is the hit markers. I don't know if you've seen any video of them. For me, have you seen them? The hit markers?
I have not seen the hit, but I've heard about it. Yes, I haven't seen a video of it.
I think it's a great idea, but for me, they're too big. They're quite visually distracting, especially me that struggles with my vision and aiming, where I need to concentrate on the target as much as possible. I hope they reduce the size of it, but besides that, I think it's a great move. It kind of gives you an indication of whether you're doing damage to the shield, damage to the hull, damage to the armor, damage to components. It's got different colors that the hit marker sort of shows up, which is good. Gives you feedback and information, which is always good. there's, bits and pieces. Everyone else can go look at this patch note, but really, it's really these bug fixes and, a new gun and it's a little performance patch, I suppose. That's coming hopefully in the next week or so. All right, let us go to the next segment, the ship review. Insert jingle here. You can be the jingle. Thank you. Now I'm going to the website that I shared with you, the first one, just the GATAC one. Just briefly, man, we've flown in this together, obviously. So aesthetically, let's start with the looks of this GATAC Raylen, the new Xi'an logistics ship that's been released. Do you like the way, because it's a very distinct look. I think you either like it or hate it. This cross X looking thing that transforms. Do you like this look, man, or not?
It is very alien, right?
Yep.
I enjoy it. I like the look. I love the cockpit. I think the open cockpit is really nice. It's definitely better than the first one that they brought out, where you had to take off, like if you're like in a rocket ship straight up.
Yes.
I do like the fact that you're able to land flat. I like that a lot better. I'm glad they did it that way. I do enjoy the ship. It has a nice little stance when it's landed. When it's up flying, it's has that little X. Looks good. I think it looks good. I actually enjoy the look of it. It's a nice little ship. It's something definitely turn your head. It'll turn your head. You'll be like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
When you first see it.
Yeah.
And it does have that look.
And here on my screen, you got the landing sort of format here, and it does look cool. It looks like it's sort of crouching on the ground, like some sort of animal, like crouching on the ground. It looks awesome.
It is pretty good. And then when you land, you see the front leg. You see the little the hovering plates, like they squish in when you land as a shock.
Yeah.
They do have. You got to give it to them in that sense. They're detailed with ships and planets. It's really nice. They do a good job. That's where they shine. Not
Best
so
in the industry in gameplay,
not so
mechanics.
Not so much in the gameplay, but it does look beautiful.
Do you like the texturing as well? The crazy, almost fingerprint-like texturing.
It does. It reminds me of like a 1980s tie. You know what I mean? Like a 90s tie, like with these texturing pattern.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm wearing a tie. That's what it looks like to me.
Love it.
It definitely had because it looks like a silk, like a little bit of a silk color,
Yeah.
Sometimes, but yeah, I enjoy it. It does. It's some kind of pattern. I wish it looked more like, if they're trying to tell us that this is the material and this is how the material looks when I wish it looked a little bit more organic than what it looks like, just a bunch of patterns with straight lines. Maybe if the edges were blurred a little bit and it looked more like an actual material, like the material is actually, it's like the actual material, not
okay,
like something that they painted over the material, right? Because it looks like there's just stripes that anybody paint, like a guy came by and did these details and just.
Well, that's what I'm getting from it. I'm getting that it's a paint job, not a material job. But you're saying that this could be the texture of the material. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could be if that's what they're trying to say. Like, this is the way, like when you go mine this ore and then refine it.
Looks like this. Yeah.
This is the natural pattern of it.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool. That is cool. Because that material has the natural pattern.
Yeah.
That looks. But then if you look at what's the other one called? Which has the cargo variants. Not the cargo variants, but the carrier variants.
Oh, the new one, the Tululu or something. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, something like that.
That one, I'm trying to find it because I know that.
But
that one also has a little bit of a different texture.
Here it is. I'm just bringing it up now.
Let me see if
yeah, it's got a different texture for sure. It's still wavy, but kind of different wavy. But then there's one in the other background. Like, see, that's why I don't think it's the texture of the material, because when you change the colors, the textures completely change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, like when it comes to alien ship, like the Banyu Merchantman or the Banyu Defender had like that gold texture, and you can see the pattern in the material. And then you can look, walk up to the material, and be like, hey, this is probably like their material, and they're like their way of stamping and adding their texture to it.
Yeah.
But this texture looks like funky, but it looks like it's like a human texture, like a human paint job kind of pattern.
Absolutely, man. I think it's a paint job. I don't think it's the texture, because like I said, you change the paint. If you go to that website that I gave you and you scroll down, if you change the paints, the textures are completely different. It's even got the white and gold paint that I have on my Perseus, the Chi-Ing.
Yes, that's a nice color.
Which one's your favorite? Just out of curiosity, out of all these weirdly
I like
pronounced.
It's not even in there, man. It's one that they sold when they sold the concept, which is an all black one.
Oh, okay.
It looks just like the one, the original factory one.
Yeah.
But it's all black. They don't even have it here. It starts with an H. I think it's called a Hyaton.
Right.
It's like a weird name.
Okay.
But it's a cool little paint. It's black. It's all black. And it's like a glossy black, so it looks very, very shiny. But it has like this. It has these patterns on it. It has the lights. It keeps the lights. And I think they only sold it during the concept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not available anymore.
Fair enough.
But like I'm looking at the picture of a Banyu Defender, and you can see like the Banyu Defender, the gold, the texture that it has. You know, these weird leafing patterns. Those are stuff that even when you change the paint, they're still in it. So that's, you know, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool, because that looks like that's the material that they use, that this alien race uses, and this is how they manufacture their stuff with these materials. Which I was kind of hoping the same thing with the Raylen, but
yeah,
it just looks like a paint.
It looks like a paint.
The ship looks cool. I enjoy it. I've been using it for cargo. It's really a nice ship. It's, you know, being able to take the cargo in and out, very, very nice. The position of the tractor things, great positioning. They finally did a good positioning. Some ships have bad positioning. They still work, but it's still bad position. But I think these are great. You have complete control of one whole side with one of them, and the complete control of the other side with the other, and you have, you know, clear view to bring everything down and just put it in the elevator hangar.
Yeah, really like awesome access with the cargo. There's a lot of floaty bits for people that haven't seen the ship. A lot of floaty bits, a lot of transformation. There's a lot of movement and transformation, and that just goes to show how, I think, powerful or high tech the Xi'an civilization is. The cockpit, you're all in floaty seats and stuff, which took a little bit of me getting used to, but the actual visibility from the cockpit is amazing. The interior is so... I love dark places, Z-Man. Like I prefer dark than light places. So it's a dark, ambient, beautifully designed interior, which is like really comfortable considering it's a hauling ship. The Xi'an haulers travel in first class, whereas like human haulers that are in like ironclads Drake ship are sitting on like bare metal seats and stuff, whereas these guys have got like waterfalls, they've got plants, they've got so much organic stuff in it. The only thing that killed me, and I think it flies well, it's got 640 SKU, which is higher than the Caterpillar. We're going to go through some stats shortly. So it's a significant cargo ship, beautiful interior, flies really well. It's got is it 2 size 4 or 3 size 4 turrets? It's got one on either side. It's got 2.
I think they're 2 size 3.
2 size 3, are they? Okay. It says here 2 size 4 manned. turrets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's a size 4. Then I didn't
Yeah.
know they were 4. I thought they were 3. They look small. They don't look that
Size
big.
4-ish. And then the
But
pilot's
the
got...
ship is big.
Yeah, the ship's pretty chunky. It's very chunky. The pilot's got 4 size 4s. So decent weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 2 remote turrets, like beautifully placed on the sort of back legs where you can see the cargo. So it's kind of like a whole B experience of putting cargo on and off, which is seamless and frictionless. It's got a lot of missiles, man. 16 size 1s and 4 size 2s. That's 20 missiles. Not bad for a cargo ship.
Not bad at all. It's well guarded. It's well defended. I mean,
Yeah.
with all the size 4 plus all its missiles, it's really well defended.
Yeah, agree.
As a ship.
The only thing,
three people carry, like a good 3-person ship, 1 pilot and then two
gunners.
Gunners.
Yeah.
And then once the pilot goes down, you got the 2 gunners could go into the tractor beam seat and now help unload.
Yep. The only thing that killed the magic for me, though, dude, and it kind of had more of an impact than I thought it would. I don't know why, but it actually put me off the ship, and that's the double elevator system inside. I don't know why. It killed the magic for me, man. I don't know why.
Elevators.
Yeah, it's just
the other one, the
clip...
baby one, which does the same thing, has an elevator that takes you up to like 3 floors.
Right.
It's kind of like going with the same theme, which I get it with the elevator, but yeah, it's not a fun thing sometimes because I've clipped through the elevator and that sucks because then you're stuck on the bottom of the floor and then you have to quit the game or something.
Because you have an elevator from the ground that brings you up to the main foyer, and then from the main foyer up to the bridge if you want to go up to the bridge. So that's the dual system that I was talking about, which for whatever reason, like with the Clipper's shit as well, like you go up ladder and elevator and stuff, but some reason, I don't know, maybe it was just the day that I was playing, but really was grinding on me, and it kind of made me fall out of love with the ship. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
like the Clipper. The fact I'm not sure why the Clipper's elevator doesn't go all the way to the pilot seat. It stops at the 2nd floor, and then you have to take a ladder to the pilot seat.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's annoying.
Why not just make it stop up? Like what? Still keep the ladder.
Yeah.
So that if you need to come down, but just like have the elevator go to the top. But I guess I think they have something up there that like a device or something, that like a panel or something that prevents you from doing that. But I feel like that was pretty much wasted. That elevator should have gone all the way out.
Yeah.
And then this one, I get the Raylen. I get it because you have to have an elevator to get into the ship first, and then you have to have another one to get you to different locations. And I kind of understand that, but you're right. The elevator, with all the trouble they have with elevators, you think they'll learn with the elevators, but they still don't learn. They feel like it's like that guy that says, I can do it. Just give me like 1 more try. I'll get it this time. I swear to God, I'll do it. I'll get it. I know I found the trick. That's what it feels like.
Add more elevators. Yeah.
Add more elevators. We'll get it eventually.
Yeah. Switching over to the stats briefly, just to wind down the stream. I've given you the link. I don't know if when you click on it, you get the 3 ships compared to each other, but yeah. So the red is the GATAC, then the blue is the C2 Hercules. So what I've done, ladies and gents, I've picked ships that I feel are in the same class, just purely based on the skew of cargo that this ship hauls. So we got the Hercules, which is in blue, and we got the Drake Caterpillar, which is in green. So just starting off in the top left-hand corner, which is the speeds. And I suppose not surprisingly, when you talk about standard cruise mode, the GATAC Raylen is significantly faster than other ships in its class. The Caterpillars are slow at 130 meters per second. Then the Hercules is 160 meters per second SCM, and the GATAC pushes that even further to at 170 meters per second. So It's faster than the rest, so big tick for the Raylen there. And in boost, it's also faster by a significant amount of speed, I have to say. 340 meters per second with boost, whereas, for example, the Caterpillar's at 300 and the Hercules is at 320. In nav mode, it's again the fastest out of the three cargo ships. It's at 1,000 meters per second, and the Caterpillar is the slowest at 900 meters per second. So that's good, right? It's faster than the rest, which is awesome.
It's always good to go a little faster. Gets you places quicker.
Exactly. Gets you out of trouble or into trouble quicker. Then we're looking at propulsions, which is all the strafes, right? And as a guy that does a little bit of PvP, obviously these strafes are much ado about nothing when it's a big ship. You're not going to dodge any bullets. You're not going to... But it's still good to have performance, I believe, in case you're up against another big ship and you end up dogfighting another big ship, then maybe the turn rate and strafe might determine who's got pilot guns on and stuff like that to some extent. But to my surprise, the forward strafe, I thought the Xi'an GATAC Raylen would outstrafe in every direction all these other ships, especially since it's faster. But actually the C2 pushes more Gs in the forward direction than the GATAC, which surprised me. And the differences are insignificant, guys. We're just getting in the weeds here, but it is a little bit insignificant. But yeah, it's 4.4 Gs for the C2 and it's 3.5 Gs in the forward direction. In the backward direction, you can see that the GATAC's got a bit more acceleration, and strafing side to side, you can see the GATAC again is superior in that, and same with up and down. So in most strafe directions, it's a bit more agile, if you like, than the other two ships, apart from the forward direction. Moving over to here, which is the ship axis.
You know, it's crazy because it's funny you mentioned it, but I would think it should have been reversed because the Raylen has all those thrusts in the back, so I would think forward would be faster than going backward because it has hardly no thrust in the front of the ship to thrust backwards with.
Do they turn around though or not? Are they pivotable thrusters? You know, like that other Xi'an ship that rotate. Their thrusters
on the arms.
Oh, they're fixed. Okay.
They're fixed on the arm.
Interesting.
And they're like a trajectory. So I would think going forward would be, maybe not as fast as the T2, but have a good speed. And going backwards, because going backwards, you're almost like you're at 2.3 and 2.35. You would think going backwards would be kind of like the Caterpillar, like a 1.5, because there is no thrust. There's no thrust in the front of the ship. Yeah. It's all that beautiful pattern.
Magic, mate. Space magic.
It's just magic. Space magic. Yeah. It must get some reverse suction from the rear thrust.
Yeah.
Your suction is more powerful than your thrusting. But
yeah, no, that's a good point. Very good point.
I feel like that's weird, But
yeah, I thought it would hands down beat all the other ships. It kind of does, like I said, in the up down stuff. But yeah, you're right. I didn't look at the logical actual, like, where are the thrusters? Can it go backwards or forwards? I think you'll look at it, you'll find with most ships, there's no thrust for the backwards retro thrusters or whatever. Yeah.
So if you're telling me that the power of the engines return, like as you
reverse,
get full reverse, then that's the power of the engine. Shouldn't it be?
It still needs to blow in a vector that's opposite. You can't just blow out the back in opposite direction. Yeah. It's not like water of a ship that's sucking water the reverse way. You're not doing that in vacuum. Yeah,
exactly. So I don't know, but I guess it will be, like I said, it is right because it is slower going backwards, but which is correct. But I would think going forward should have been a little bit more because it does have all those big thrusters, and they're all four of them are focused in that direction forward.
Yeah.
They're pretty big, you know. It's the whole
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the rotation, which is that little triangle on the top right-hand corner. So the most important rotation for anyone in this game is the pitch, right? That's how you fly your ships, is with your pitch. You don't really yaw that much. So not surprisingly, the GATAC is 22 degrees per second, and the Hercules is 20, and the Drake is, this Caterpillar, 16 degrees. So yep, it's more maneuverable, if you like, when it comes to pitch. Surprisingly, with boost, when you apply boost to the pitch, the Hercules Starlift is faster, is actually more maneuverable, and that kind of is a bit weird to me, but there you go. There's a little tick for the Crusader Hercules Starlifter. With boost and pulling up, it'll turn faster than a GATAC Raylen pulling up with boost. Moving on to the shield pulls, which is the middle row on the left-hand side. Again, shield obviously depends on number of shields that you have, but these are default shields that come with the ship. Caterpillar kind of kills it when it comes to shield hit points, 216,000, whereas the Hercules and the GATAC Raylen have the same. Moving on to the hit points, again, the Caterpillar, significantly more hit points, the green bar here, 60,000 on the body. And the Raylen has the least, it's the most fragile out of the three. And that also translates to the armor and hull pool as well. It's the most fragile, so it has the least amount of hit points, slightly more agile, I would say significantly faster. The physical deflection, which is to me your real armor in a weird way, right? Your physical deflection is a new mechanic that they've introduced, that you have to get, your weapon has to be able to do more than the physical deflection of a ship to do any damage to it. And I mean, look at the C2 Hercules physical deflection, 385. The blue bar, way higher than the GATAC Raylen of 116.
Oh yeah, it surpasses it.
So it is tough. The Hercules, I mean, most ships won't be able to scratch the Hercules Starlifter. And the Caterpillar is up there as well at 315. So lot less deflection, which I think is the armor in my mind. I actually view the deflection as the armor. I view the actual armor as just another hit point pool on top of the normal whole hit point, to be honest. Whereas the deflection actually stops damage getting through. And energy deflection as well. The C2 and the Caterpillar are at 300. So this is against lasers. And just so you guys know, Z-Man, I was looking at some stats. Like a size 4 Wolf gun, the Wolf weapon I was looking at, that has an alpha, the size 4 laser axioms has an alpha of 85, right? So I won't be able to damage any of these ships at all.
Okay.
Right?
And what about with the ballistic version?
Well, they've nerfed the 2 Wolf things. So the ballistic one was at like 81.
81?
Yeah. And that's physical, right? So laser is energy, ballistic is physical. So the Wolf won't be able to do any damage to any of these ships. I think you got to get into size 5 weapon territory, like the Meteor and stuff, to start impacting these ships. All size 3s, size 4s, you won't touch these ships. You have no hope of touching it.
I mean, we've got him. You don't think a smaller ship would? I mean,
no, you can't. It's mathematical. It's the gameplay mechanics. It's not an opinion. You can't. If your alpha damage is not higher than the ship's deflection damage, it doesn't get through at all.
And it doesn't multiply like every time. Like if you hit it twice, now you're hitting it with
No,
160
no,
instead of
no. It doesn't stack.
it doesn't stack, huh?
And that's what I mean. And that's what I found. I took the arrow out and I couldn't kill an Asgard at all. I couldn't even damage it. You know what I mean? Because
Really?
yeah, that's how this new mechanic works with deflection and stuff.
I wonder how your Buccaneer is, because I remember we used to talk about this all the time.
It's just a size 4. It's no different. It's just a size 4.
No, but when it comes to physical damage, because remember we talked about that maybe when they get to hauling, the Buccaneer will get better because Buccaneer is supposed to have hull plates and have a stronger damage output, physical deflect, whatever.
No.
I wonder if it hasn't increased for the Buccaneer.
Well, you can. Well, we don't know if it's increased because it's the first take, but if I bring up the Drake Buccaneer, it'll give you a value. But no, I would say no, nothing like that has tankified the Buck, or else it will be the meta. So that hasn't happened, no. And the Buck has just got the biggest gun on the Buck is a size 4 on top. And as I just said, the size 4 won't be able to. Actually, some size 4s might. I haven't looked. I can bring it up here, but some size 4s might. I can actually bring it up now. If it's a cannon, probably, right? So
It's cannon.
yeah. So let me look at items here. Go to weapon hard points. Let me go to size 4, and then let me look at, just for example, laser cannons. Okay, laser cannons, we've got alphas of 166, 615, and 327. So the Omniskis would do damage to these ships, for example. Omniski 7 at size 4. The M6As would do damage as well, right? 615 alpha damage. But the light strike cannon only does 166 alpha, which is less than these 3 ships.
What about a deadbolt?
Is that a ballistic cannon? Yep, deadbolt does 683 alpha. So yeah, that will damage these ships. Yeah, that's why I think deadbolts are so size 4s can. Sorry, I meant repeaters and ballistic repeaters. You can't, but cannons definitely can. So I think I was stuck in the world of the wolf where I only have the choice of 2 weapons. So I was like, okay, wolf can't do shit against any of these guys.
Forget these wolves. It looks like back into my butt.
Yeah, exactly. You could put a cannon on your Buck. You're right, and you could do damage to these ships just with 1 weapon, though, right? Probably the size 3 cannons could creep up there as well, to be honest. So yeah, you're right. It becomes more about a cannon versus repeater type gameplay, depending on, I want to equip my ship to get the big boys, or do I want to equip my ship to tangle PvP with the killers out there, and I need repeaters with against smaller ships.
Yeah, faster speed.
Faster speeds and stuff. Okay, so that's that. So again, the Raylen's more fragile but faster. I'm just kind of recapping what we're learning about it. There's mass and dimensions here. We know, the Caterpillar's got the lowest profile and the longest profile, whereas this has probably got one of the highest profiles. What is the height? Yeah, 67 meters high.
Well, the radar emission seems pretty crazy on this Raylen. Is this right? 23,000?
Yeah, so how that works, so they're meters, right? So 23,000, just think of that as kilometers, 23 kilometers, right? Because 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer, right? So to divide everything by thousands, and you get 23 kilometers for CS, which is cross section. So what's that telling you is that you could get detected if someone's using cross section 23 kilometers away. You'll be detected by, I think, a size 1 radar.
That's pretty crazy, because the rest of them are like at 6,000 kilometers.
Well, it makes sense because of the big X. The cross
I mean, but
section's
a
huge.
caterpillar is like a. Oh, I guess you're right.
No, cross
A big
sections.
X.
It's like looking at the front. The cross
front view,
section's
yeah.
the
It was
front view. Yeah.
bit of
It's
a
a big
Henry
X.
there.
Yeah. You literally see a big X on your radar, like it's reflecting perfectly. Yeah. So as you can see, the Hercules has got a distinct advantage when it comes to emissions. It's got like the lower combined emissions, whereas the Raylen is quite detectable.
I can see where the caterpillar shines at 45,000 kilometers. That must be the top cross section.
Yes, that's the top. Yeah, 45 kilometers, and you can detect it.
But even the rest of them in the Raylen, you still 16, 22. I mean, you're out there, and they're still reading you.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Big old ship. So Hercules wins that battle, and then we've got the fuel tank capacity. This is all currently being changed, so this is going to change. It's not even worth going through it at the moment because, we will anyway. Well, the Caterpillar has the longest range currently, subject to change, obviously. I thought the C2 would, but there you go. Longest range is the Caterpillar.
Oh, the fuel tank.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the fuel flow. I was looking at the maximum fuel flow.
In the lower left-hand corner.
Yeah, I see that.
So the Caterpillar's got the longest range. And that's about it in terms of stats. And cargo grid, sorry. In the middle row, the cargo grid is the Raylen punching above its weight. It's at 640 SKU. The C2 is at 696, so about 50 SKU more. And the Caterpillar is at 576. So really, really, I think it's impressive amount of cargo that this ship can hold in its kind of smaller size, I would say.
Well, I feel like the one thing that is with the Raylen is like you're kind of stuck with that 640. You can't stick more. Where the C2 and the Caterpillar, you can kind of still jam more. They won't stick onto the grid, but you could probably get a few more boxes jammed in there from the sides or somewhere else.
Good point. Yeah.
Which gives a little bit of advantage when it comes to the enclosed cargo compared to the external cargo that's stuck to a grid. You're limited to what you got on the grid. That's it. You can't put anything more. Can't put anything like I was trying to see if I could put a vehicle on there on the grid. That would be nice, but I wasn't able to stick the. I think I was trying to put the Atlas in there, but I wasn't able to stick the Atlas.
Oh, you can't.
No, it wouldn't connect to the grid.
It does come up the elevator though. We did bring the Atlas up into the foyer and carried it with us. Yeah, you can't take one Atlas with you.
You can't.
Or maybe two. I don't know. Oh no, it couldn't come inside, could it? It had to stay on the elevator. Is that right?
Stay on the elevator.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
It wouldn't come inside. But that was just because we had a bug that made that D6 me from the ship, and I wasn't able to go into the ship. I was just walking through the ship, so I had to get physicalized. So I had to use the Atlas to get into the ship, which is a bug. And I think that bug is caused by people using the tractor beam with the pilot.
Okay. Yep.
I think it's what it's caused because I did a mission with Brexon, and he didn't get. I told him don't touch the tractor beam, just stay in the pilot seat. I'll do everything, and it worked. It was working fine. But then one time he did get on the tractor beam, and as soon as he got on the tractor beam, then from there I was desynced.
Right.
So
for those at home, the bug that we're talking about is that Z-Man got desynced and was clipping through his own ship, which was the GATAC Raylen, when we were doing some missions and stuff. And then it happened to me as well, actually. I got desynced and I was clipping through the ship.
And at the time I was using the tractor beam as well. So I think it's like when you get into the seat, it disconnects you somehow. I don't know what that code does in the background, but it definitely messes your day up.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It does mess your day up, man. And yeah, on that note, so do you give it thumbs up? Does Z-Man give the thumbs up or thumbs down on the Raylen, mate? I'll make a simple review.
I'll give it a
Thumbs up?
In fact, I use it. I use it a lot. I've used it more lately with the cargo missions than I have with any other. Like the Kovalex missions, I did them all with the Raylen. It's so much easier. Just pop in a couple boxes here and there, and just drop them off, and you're good to go. Everything, you can organize them in certain sections of the tail for different areas that you want to drop them off. And like I said, it's really easy to get in and out. The material, not you gotta take a while. You gotta take the elevator down, but material wise, unloading and reloading it's really good, really easy. If you want, you don't have to get off your chair. You just put everything in. Then the one time you do have to get off is to drop it. I wish the tractor beam would compress the elevator for you to drop it. That would be fantastic. You don't even have to leave your chair.
What, you mean with the tractor beam, push the warehouse elevator button?
Yeah, that'd be great, right? You push it down, you just sit there.
It could. I mean, in the year 2958, that should be done on your Mobi-Glass. You press elevator down on your Mobi-Glass, and
I agree, man. There's a lot of stuff that we lost apparently in the future. Rain-X does not exist. Scratch-resistant glass no longer exists. We lost all the formula for all this.
Night vision is very limited, apparently.
Yeah. We could jump into quantum in space, but apparently we can't teleport anywhere. We got to use old-fashioned elevators.
Yeah.
Every station is definitely not OSHA compliance because they have no stairs. So if elevator breaks, you have no stairs.
Yeah. Everyone's doomed.
Everything is
There's no OH&S.
doomed.
Not to mention people burning fires on stations in Pyro, but that's a different story.
How's the oxygen not going away?
Cool, man. Thank you so much, Z-Man. Thanks. That's the end of the Screw News. We give the Raylen the thumbs up. We both got our fingers crossed for Squadron 42. And we got to know a little bit more about you, Z-Man. So, again, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, anytime. Thank you for having me.
All right, ladies and gents, we'll see you on the next episode of Screw News. Until then, bye for now. Take care.